Nearly 24,000 people have died across Turkey and Syria because of the quakes that took place on Monday, one of the worst disasters to have hit the region in around a century. The quake killed more than 3,300 people in Syria. According to the health ministry figures, up to about 5.3 million people in Syria may have been made homeless by the devastating quakes which rocked the region this week. A United Nations official has gone on to say, while quake survivors have flocked to camps set up for people displaced by nearly 12 years of war from other parts of Syria, many lost their homes, are now too scared to return to the damaged buildings, while the Indian National Disaster Response Force, the NDRF personnel in Turkey, have rescued an 8-year-old girl from a collapsed structure in the earthquake-hit Turkey. Rescuers have saved 2 lives and retrieved 13 bodies from the debris so far. They had rescued a 6-year-old girl on Thursday. India has launched Operation Dost in order to extend assistance to Turkey as well as Syria following those devastating quakes. 3 NDRF teams comprising of 152 personnel are deployed in Turkey for undertaking relief and rescue operations, but communication and coordination, those are the big challenges according to the contingent commander. My colleague Tanushree gets us this ground report.
We are in Nurda in Turkey, one of the worst affected areas in the Gaziantep province. And here, India was in fact one of the first countries to step up and help Turkey in this kind of a dynamic situation where an earthquake has already caused the loss of lives of at least 18,000 people. Right now, I have the entire team of NDRF which came here on day 1 and started the rescue operations. With me is the contingent commander, Gurminder Singh. So thank you for speaking to NDTV, and of course thank you for everything you are doing. First of all, I would like to ask you that you have been here since day 1. What kind of scenes have you been seeing on the ground? Also, where has the rescue operation reached?
Right now, we have 2 teams, NDRF teams at Nurda in the Gaziantep province, and one of the team has gone to another province south from here, Antioch. So when we came here, we saw that in this small Nurda town, there are about 2,000 buildings are there, multi-story buildings are there, 581 have completely collapsed, and there was total chaos out here, and we started our work from the very first hour. I came here at 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock my team was on the ground, and that is the reason that we are able to save one precious life, a little child, 6-year-old.
A 6-year-old. Yes. So what kind of resources are being put up? You told me there's a canine search, and if you can tell us more on that.
You are correct. We have each team has got 4 search and rescue spots, and we do physical search, technical search, and the canine search. And we have found that because of so many teams working, so many machines working, so technical equipment, the dog squad has been found very useful, especially the female dog Julie. She is the one who has indicated live victim to us, and we are able to save the precious life.
Yes. And you know, it's the 5th day because of the race against time. The rescue operations will soon be over, and it will be all about the recovery operations. Bodies will be recovered. What do you think? How do you see the days to come?
The recovery operations using brick cranes started even yesterday, but you see today only the Spanish contingent has recovered a live victim. So you never know, 5th day and still we are finding bodies, and at the same time the ASR-5, that is the use of heavy machinery, is also spotted. So as long as we are finding the live victims, we are going to stay here and keep working, and hopefully we find another victim, another live victim. That is our endeavor.
We hope so too, and just the last question before we let you go, sir. You know, NDRF is known to be the first unit which is on ground whenever there is a disaster in India. This is a foreign land. The language, there is a language barrier. Most of the people here do not speak English, they do not understand English. How the team
Madam, you are very correct. We had earlier 2 experiences, one in Japan and one in Nepal, and I have had experience in working in United Nations peacekeeping force. So when you are working in an international setup like this, language is a barrier, and communication and the coordination is the biggest challenge which we face. So we were aware of it. So the moment we landed, we requested the local administration to provide us with the interpreters. These interpreters are really very great helping hand to all of us. That is what the catch was.
So there are total 152 NDRF personnel who are on the ground.
Yes, right now 152 NDRF personnel consisting of 3 resort teams.
Thank you for speaking to NDTV, and this is the fantastic team which has been in Turkey from day one, ever since the earthquake has caused a massive disruption and massive destruction on the ground. And this is the team from India which has come. This is the team of NDRF, and they will be here carrying out rescue operations and recovery operations in the days to come. This is Tanushree Pandey reporting from Gaziantep province in Turkey for NDTV. Since the earthquake, an earthquake of 7.8 magnitude struck the southeastern Turkey along the Syrian border, and the devastation on the ground is unprecedented. The human loss is unbelievable. Right behind me, the visuals of the buildings, and not just one building, these were at least 4 to 5 multi-storied buildings which collapsed within 2 seconds, as eyewitnesses have told us. And by that we can imagine the magnitude of that earthquake. And there was not one earthquake, it was closely followed by several aftershocks, hundreds of aftershock. In fact, the second aftershock was as big as the first earthquake. It was recorded at a magnitude of 7.5, and that is precisely what has caused this kind of a devastation. This is Nurda in Gaziantep province. Gaziantep is the epicenter of the Turkey earthquake, and you know, it's not just the magnitude of which has caused this kind of a devastation. The sturdiness of the buildings is also one of the factors which is now being questioned by the citizens. There is palpable anger on the ground against the government, as the Turkish president said that no country can possibly profess a disaster of this magnitude. But right now the government is prioritizing its rescue mission. More than 90 countries, we have been told, have extended aid to Turkey. India definitely being one of the first ones. Under Operation Dost, India has sent medical teams, NDRF personnel, army teams, and they have in fact set up a medical camp and hospital as well. And canine teams have also been sent to help the rescue operation, to expedite the rescue operation. But it's the day 5, and the chances of pulling people out alive from the rubble is getting slimmer by the minute. You can see the devastation here. You can see the kind of, the kind of rubble which is here. And the rescue teams are working around the clock to ensure that there is nobody else who is being trapped beneath those crumbled houses. Though they are saying that now it's extremely tragic, but now all they expect to find are the dead bodies, because the first 72 hours are the most crucial when people can be pulled out alive. It is extremely difficult for people to still stay alive beneath those rubble even after 5 days. So that is right now has become the worry for the rescue teams, both from Turkey, India and other countries as well, who have extended their aid. But this is one of the worst affected areas where huge machineries have been brought in, equipment have been brought in. All the rescuers are trying to dig and take as much debris out, so that if anybody is trapped inside there and that person or a child or a woman is unconscious, they can at least pull them out safely. But you can see that all you can see as far as your eyes can go are rubble, and an earthquake has completely reduced many cities in Turkey to rubble. This is the situation on the ground, and we are getting you reports from ground zero. We have been getting you more reports from different areas in Gaziantep province, which is the epicenter. But this is one of the areas, Nurda, where the situation is extremely tragic. The rescue operation is on. The rescuers are working round the clock. In fact, the volunteers, many civilians have also turned up to help. They are setting up camps there, food camps, to help those who have been pulled out alive, who have been rescued. But there is no food right now, as the survivors have completely lost their everything, absolutely everything. They have no roof over their head. They have lost their homes. They have lost their families. But they still feel there is still a hope, a ray of hope, that they may find their family member or see their family member being rescued by the rescuers here. These are the families, these are the women who were rescued safely yesterday, and they have been sitting here on the streets, as there is no no other way, no other option for them. They have been sitting on the streets in this cold, harsh weather, and all they are waiting for their family members to be rescued safely. The rescuers are also trying that, but they say that it's the fifth day is coming to an end. It's in all likelihood all they expect to find are the dead bodies. They feel that there's a very grim chance of anybody still being alive and being trapped inside. And there is a language barrier, but I will still try and talk to them. Ma'am, I'm extremely sorry. Do you understand English? Little English? No? Sir, do you understand English? So there is a language barrier. Of course, most of the people here do not understand English. They do not speak. But we will try and get you a word. But these are the families who were rescued safely, but their family members are missing. They are trapped inside the rubble, and they think, they pray, and they hope that they come out. They are rescued safely. We also hope that, and we really hope that Turkey and Syria get the strength to recover from a disaster like this. I'm Tanushree Pandey reporting from Ground Zero in Turkey for NDTV.